his girlfriend. For Jenny's sake, I won't mention her name. But that's the four of them. Paul and his girl were crowned king and queen. That's the four of them at a dance. This is a picture of a couple strange people that were going together. This is when Paul and Jenny were going together. And Paul sure got a head of hair on him. It's hard to see who it is under there. Another picture of Paul and Jenny. Paul with his hair and mustache. He's all dressed up. It almost seems like a Christmas occasion or something at the house. One more picture of the two of them. Paul and Virginia. Throw a younger picture of Paul in. As we find him, we better throw him in. I thought that was a nice picture of him. Paul. This is a picture of Virginia Van Manos just after she got off the boat. No, this poor Jenny, just she had her picture taken for her engagement. See if I can get this in here the best I can. The bride of Paul and vinegar. See if we can get this in here. Have a little patience and maybe we can line it up pretty good. I'll let everyone do their own reading. The wedding of Paul and Jenny first, but I didn't. This was an engagement announcement of Jenny's. That was the announcement that I should have put in before the wedding announcement. Paul graduated in the class of 1971, June 27th, 1971. This is a picture of his announcement of his graduation. The engaged couple sitting on the edge of the pool. Another picture of them sitting on the edge of the pool. I think all Paul needs is his motorcycle and he'll be right to home. Shower for Ginny. And she's showing off her wedding things, her wedding gown. And another scene at the shower, Ginny and her mother. Scene with Mill, Betty Jo, and Ginny. Two of the girls to be in the wedding. Is a wedding entourage, shall we say, as you can see all the way through. Girls to be in the wedding. This is the wedding party on her stairwell, on the circular stairs that was meant for weddings. Now this is a picture of Paul's mother and his brother Bill. He's escorting her down the aisle. And in the procession, coming down the aisle. Carrying the flowers, basket of flowers. Lady in line, also carrying a basket of flowers. And come Beth down the line. Picture of the bride in the dining room getting ready for the wedding. Ginny on the aisle and giving her away was Ginny's father, Max. Funny thing about some of these pictures, they don't come out too good when you show them in this way. But that's Ginny and her father, Max, on her wedding day. Come Bill and Kathleen. Kathleen looks like she's having a good time. I think Kathleen always has a good time. That's Bill. And of course Kathleen, she was Kathleen Viana. At the wedding, Gary Maroka. Yeah, Gary stood up for one, and Paul stood up for Gary at his wedding. Out of church, and as you see standing there is Tom Partington and his mother. And over we should come over a little further. And this is Ginny's mother walking out of the church. A couple walking out of the church. The groom's mother and father. as you can see, the Partingtons are off to the side. And it looks like to the left is Helene Downey. So that's Helen and I on Paul and Jenny's wedding day, coming out of the church. After we got out of the church in the receiving line, here's the new husband and wife, Paul and Jenny Ettinger. And off in the left, I have to bring this one in. He's been over to, is Leo McNally. Paul remember him very well. Leo McNally. But there's the bride and groom, Paul and Jenny. Receiving line, and Paul is receiving a kiss from Marge Moses, from Margie. This is Paul receiving congratulations from Helen Schaefer. She used to be Helen Craig, Don Schaefer's wife, Helen. Now with Paul and Jenny in the receiving line, I almost think that's Prue Fish there, but this is Ruthie Schultz over here. That's Ruthie. And of course up behind Jenny is Kathleen. And I think Mary Huxley in the wedding party. And of course Paul down a little further. And outside the church again, we have Helen, Marge, myself, Gary Maroka, and Paul, Jenny's brother. Beautiful day it was, up in this picture here. But we had Beth, myself, Gary's behind my head, Paul, then Minos. And David Fish is standing there in front of me. You could tell by his height. And little Bessie standing there. But under the tree and the lawn is the bride and groom. Must be poor Kodak film. Jenny and Paul. Said some of the pictures do not come out on some of this film. On the background, whatever kind of paper it was on it or something, it just doesn't work. You just can't clear it up on this kind of paper. That's Paul and Jenny. Well, this is the wedding day. Myself, Helen, Jenny and Paul, and Jenny's mother and father, Lydia and Max. I was hoping I could get a closer picture of these. It's Helen and I, Paul and Jenny. Then comes Jenny and Paul. As I said, this film, just Lydia and Max. The wedding party. Not the wedding party, but the main people in the wedding. But Max got cut right out of it completely. All we got is his shoulder. Yourself. I just can't pick him out very good. Let me try a little change here in this thing. Maybe I've made a mistake. come out a little bit. So we'll go down the wedding party here. We didn't come out too good in this picture. Trying to bring it in, and they just get blurry. It won't take on this film. So, sorry about the wedding reception. Betty Jo, my brother's wife, Jane, and Betty Jo's mother, Bobby, on to the right. Now these come out better. It's according to the background and the brightness of the picture. Taken about the same time of Paul, and Paul's Jenny's brother, and Jenny. That's the three of them. I don't know if they're eating or what they were doing. At the wedding, this is my brother Clyde and his wife Jane dancing right behind the bride. There's a picture of the groom's mother and father at the wedding, out on the dance floor. Ellen and I. At Paul and Jenny's wedding. Here, Jenny dancing with her father, Max. Picture of Helen and Bill going down the aisle. Things over, and now Paul and Jenny are living down behind Landon's in a trailer, and I decided to build a shop. Over in the back is Frank with a wheelbarrow, and on the left, first one on the left standing with his arms folded is Brad Hickson, and then comes myself, and over here on the cement mixer is Bill and Paul's mixing. Paul's running and mixing. That's the day I poured the footing for my shop in the backyard. Picture of one of the wells that Paul got drilled, and this is the guy drilling the well. What a con artist he was, that old codger. They're all the same, those well drillers. I think one of Harold Fisher's kids got married, and this is at a reception. I think this was Laurie Peters. And this is a picture out on the fish farm, out to Harold's. And of course, it's Lynn and Jenny and Paul and Bill at the reception out at the fish farm.